Welcome aboard, everyone. My name's Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. We are going to look at the chart of Polkadot, dot on the exchange. We're looking at the Binance data here. Some really good, interesting points have occurred in the last 40 hours for me to be able to do this video and have a bit more confidence in regards to where we may be going moving forward. First of all, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel if you have not done so, and make sure you press that notification bell to ensure that you get all the awesome video updates as we bring them to you. So let's go into this chart. Now, it may look funky and fun here, but there's reasons of methods behind the madness, as they say. So we have seen in the last few days this fantastic growth pattern here from 26 all the way up to 32, and we had a bit of stability here, which we mentioned in the last update, that we needed that to be able to start pushing forwards. Now, what can we take from this? Well, it's within the sort of trend line since the sort of 20th, 21st of July back here, where we've seen a very good growth pattern of Polkadot. Now, people are saying, oh, Polkadot's not really moving, it's not doing anything. Well, actually, I'm sorry, but when I was buying back in that correction at $11, we're now sat here up at 30. We've more than doubled the position. In fact, if you look at the right-hand side here, even in a 3-month position, let alone a month as well, up 43%, up 113. So yes, Polkadot is moving in a fantastic, healthy direction. No parabolic movement, so it's quite a nice one to do some analysis on. What can we take from this? So generally what I put in here at the moment is this area here where we've got the orange and yellow. I believe that we've now obtained roughly $28-ish of support line. What does that mean? It means that now we can start pushing Polkadot up a bit further. Don't get me wrong, of course there can always be some corrections along the way of profit taking, but certainly the last 2 days before today have been very significant in pretty much confirming that and almost creating this movement up to get the confirmation of 32. What does that mean? If we can confirm over 32 as a break point, we can start moving a lot higher and sooner. Now, when I mean sooner, I don't mean immediately in the next couple of days, but I certainly think that if we look at this chart specifically, and I have put these blue lines in as a guidance, this doesn't mean it will follow this exact pattern, but I truly believe that we could start pushing towards the $42 towards the next couple of weeks. So I anticipate, and hopefully I get approved right on this, towards the end of September, we may be in a really comfortable position of $42, maybe even a bit higher, if we continue this exact approach that we're doing right now. So as long as we can keep within this channel, which I've drawn in here, which is based on the trend line, as long as we can keep now above this kind of line here, the $32 area, with this being the lower end of the $28 support mechanism that we mentioned, we can start tallying upwards. And I truly believe that this area on the fib retracement as a $40 mark, to be fair, is like obviously a psychological number. Now you will maybe start getting a bit of resistance and touching up and down when you start approaching between sort of $39 and dollars and $39.70. Then you get to that $40 mark. If we can breach that, we will be looking to try and obtain around about that sort of maybe $41.50 to $42-ish mark to then see probably a correction, in my opinion, back down to potentially around $36, $35, and then an upward momentum moving forward, which we can analyze nearer the time. So that's what I've kind of done with this. I think this is the long scale approach pushing us into October for that $50 mark. Then we start approaching, basically, guys, the previous all-time highs that we saw around May time, around 49.78. That's where I expect a reasonable amount of resistance before we can check that off and go to new price discovery mode. Now, people are always saying, what's the dot price going to be in this run, or certainly throughout the rest of this year? Well, top heavy, we'll do an analysis on this if we can confirm these next stages. So at the end of September, I'll do a proper analysis, but there's no reason why we can't go over $100 as a minimum for Polkadot in this next run, in my opinion. Just from analysis, the momentum, the adoption especially, we've seen some fantastic partnerships coming to life this week, which we covered in the last video as well, Moonbeam being one of them, for example. So I'm really happy with this chart because it's not parabolic runs and big drops. It's really healthy, consistent. It's not rushed. This is a good sign of a really good project that's going about its business, that has really good people behind it, and also good investors behind it, in my opinion. I think this isn't one that's rushed. It's very much a good, stable blockchain technology and crypto asset to be involved with. Is this a good time to be buying? Some of you may be asking. Well, the obvious answer to that is, what is your growth expectation? What is your return on investment expectation? Because for me, DOT, I was originally buying around that sort of $24 mark, thinking that was very good. We got to the 50, it dropped back, of course. I bought in the correction. I haven't sold any DOT. I believe in the long-term project personally. None of this is financial advice. You have your own strategies and do your own research, of course. But my opinion is that, yes, long-term, absolutely, these prices are fantastic, but you can expect corrections along the way. But I do anticipate good growth even from now. And I would suggest maybe even like a 30% move from these kind of points, whether that be short-term or long-term throughout this year, is to be seen. But I do believe that from this point onwards, we will see at least 30% gains in this area. So let's see how that pans out. Let us know in the comments below what you think about Polkadot and your analysis. What price predictions do you have in your mind for Polkadot? What will you be happy with? We're in a big good buying momentum here. The RSI has got plenty of room in the tank. It's very much top heavy in terms of the chart here on the RSI, but that doesn't mean it's not ending. This probably entails with this movement here for the next week or two, in my opinion, before a correction as we hit that sort of 85, 90-ish RSI movement. We'll have the correction back down probably to the 40, the 50 odd area. I don't think it would drop any lower than that unless we have a gigantic Bitcoin correction, flash crash, as they say. And then we can start pushing upwards, I believe, in October towards that 50 mark, ending the year strongly to try and get towards that 70, 80, 90, etc. as we go along. MACD, again, the gap is widening. This is great momentum, bullishness all over for Polkadot. We had this concern here that we may be falling into a trap. It has taken back control. Let's go, Polkadot. Let us know what you think. Guys, I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found this informative. Please do like the video if you've done so. And please do subscribe if you've not done so already as well. And we will see you in the next video where we will do an update on Polkadot and measure this transition of the blue line that we stuck in here. See how close or far off we have been. Take care. See you in the next one. Bye bye.